Hi, I'm Zeke. In today's edition, we have a little Asian table that I'm going to spruce up just a little bit. So that's coming up right now. I picked up this little table here. It measures 16 by 24. It's pretty lightweight, made out of some kind of fruit wood, I guess. My go-to cleanup is a little bit of orange oil, pumice hand soap, and a little bit of oil soap on a damp rag, not too wet. Just kind of give it a rub down. Usually the cloth tells the story, and right now it doesn't look like it's very dirty, so I'll just continue on here until I think it's ready to dry out. The next step is to go over everything with a fine Scotch-Brite pad. I'm using a gray pad here, and if there's anything loose or flaky, I want to get it off now. And down at the bottom of the leg seems to be the only real damage, like maybe it sat on moist carpet after it got cleaned or something like that. Who knows? At this point, I'm going to give it just a little wipe down, but not with alcohol. This finish could very well be a shellac or lacquer base, so I'm just going to use plain water and a very, very lightly damped cloth to remove any of the debris left behind. What I'm doing here is preparing a rubber or a pad for padding finish. Padding finishes come in a couple different varieties, pre-mixed, and one is for spot finishing and the other would be for entire large surface finishing. I'm using the spot finish right here. I'm doing what they call charging my pad with some alcohol, and it's just alcohol, so I'm dabbing it on my palm of my hand there just to disperse it throughout the cotton ball. And now I'm going to go ahead and charge it with a little bit of the spot padding finish, which is a shellac lacquer based, quick drying, thin filmed type of rub-on finish. And that is a little bit of black aniline dye powder. Now normally I would never put the powder on so concentrated, but this is a ebonized piece. It is black, and that's what I'm doing, is ebonizing it with aniline powder and my little rubber. Now you got to be careful here, because if you go over it twice, you're just going to pick up what you left down the first time. So you might see me dab a little bit and maybe go over, but I'm being very careful to try and not pick up what I just left down. And the camera can't see it, but there are some, I just covered one right there. There are some pieces of bare wood showing, and this covers that stuff up pretty nicely. Now the cross piece in the middle was damaged somewhat, and I should have mentioned when I first got this table, I didn't show videoing it, but I needed to glue the legs and the cross braces a little bit. They were okay, but the edge on that cross piece was completely bare, and I kind of concentrated. Now there's a little white area there you see on the upper leg that is slowly disappearing as I go over it each time, and I'm letting it dry in between swipes. Okay, now on to addressing the little gold accents that are in the turnings. Again, I'm going to use a little bit of the padding finish to thin out some, well, gold spray paint is what I had, and you can see the can there in the background, and I just sprayed into a little salsa cup there, and it was thin, and I didn't want to hold, it just wanted to run, so I attempted to thicken it up just a little bit. And I guess I didn't get any film of it, but I also added some yellow oil pigment to brighten this up just a little bit, because that particular shade of gold sort of dark, and it wasn't consistent with how the table looked, at least what I could see how it looked when I got it. I want this finish to kind of flow. It will run, and then you can see me, I pick the finish up back from the bottom and bring it back around to the top. So I'm going to tip it on its side here now so I can do the same thing on the legs. And a little bit more on those stretchers there. It's really thin. There we go. I'm getting it to build up just a little bit, but it's got a little bit of translucent, so there's a little depth to it. And this is pretty much it. This is the last shot of the video, and it's been lacquered over all the touch-up work, and it turned out pretty well.